Hey, what's happening, man? This is CRob Da Champ checking in with you with Tampa at the Industry Most Wanted podcast.
Hey, that's cool by me. 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 Say she wanna ride with me. Hey, that's cool by me. Say she wanna fuck with G. Hey, that's cool by me.
What's going on, man? It's your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Boom! I heard we got CRob Da Champ, the big champ in the building. Give me some love, man.
What's
Boom.
What's happening?
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm wearing your bling bling today. You know what I'm saying? We supporting the movement, all that. Give me one of these. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. Appreciate you being here. You know what I'm saying? You come in here looking all fly today. Give us that official introduction.
All right, man. This is CRob Da Champ, live from Perry, Georgia. Been doing music for a long time.
Okay.
Long time.
So you young, but an OG to the business.
Right.
Slick.
Right,
I got you.
Right.
For people who are not familiar, put us on game to where Perry, Georgia is located.
If you're not familiar, it's like most people are familiar with Macon or Warner Robins.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's like 30 minutes like before Macon and 12 to 15 before Warner Robins.
Got you. So you're south of Atlanta.
Yeah, it's in middle Georgia.
Yeah, that's dope. You like it out there?
I mean, I love my city.
Yeah.
I love my city. I mean, it can be a bit slow sometimes, but you know, I like slow.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I agree with you. Trust me, if I wasn't doing what I do right now, I would live super ducked off. People wouldn't be able to find me.
Man, let me tell you something. I love Atlanta, but I do not see how people live in Atlanta, all this traffic. I'd rather live on the outskirts. I'd rather drive into the jungle.
Right. That's why I'm above downtown. You know, that's why I live in Lawrenceville, which, you know, people may not know, but that's like maybe 30.
I know Lawrenceville.
Yeah, so I live in Lawrenceville, and then, you know, we're now in Norcross, so it's like it's still easy to get to, you know, from 285, but we're not in the middle of the hustle and bustle. I'm with you on that. We ain't doing all that. What was it like growing up in your city?
Really, it was really like sports heavy. Everybody was trying to always play sports, football, basketball, because we were so bored, so we always find something to do. I had cousins. I ain't had no brother until I was like 14, and so all my cousins were skinny and faster, and I was the only big boy. So that's how I got so athletic and fast, and I could catch well and all that, because guarding them, it wasn't we match up. No, you had to match up with the person you with. So all on fast. That's how I got pretty fast. Yeah. And now I play football, basketball just for the fun of it, recreationally, and I box.
Oh, do you really?
Man, I love boxing.
Me too. You know, that's funny because out of all my years being on this earth, like the only sport that I really ever enjoyed watching was boxing. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. How'd you get into that?
Funny thing is, I was looking for a boxing ring, and I wanted some photographs in it, so I was looking around, Googling, and then there was one that was in Macon. Yeah. Shout out to Ernest Butts Productions, and he let me go in there, and we was like conversing and chopping it up, and then he was like, "Hey man, you should sign up." Cause me and my big homie, he like my confidant, Brian Mobley. Yeah. He was in there taking pictures, and then he said, "You should sign up." So I signed up. Then I was like doing all the exercises, and I started to like it. Let me tell you, out of all sports that I played, by far the most difficult to condition for, because your core is everything. Yes,
100%. And you got to be able to take them blows.
Man, no, it's more so of people think basketball and football, like fatigue and win is like similar to like boxing. Yeah. They be like, "Oh yeah, man, I play football, basketball. I'm good. I'm in shape." No, boxing is a whole different shape. Right. Cause
go watch Creed.
Yeah. I'm talking about. See, my coach, how he prepared me is he made me through like twice as many punches in one round. So I'm basically doing 2 rounds in 1 round.
It's a lot of endurance that it takes to do that. Most definitely. You know, it's funny because I seen a post on Instagram. I want to say it was just last night, and it was kind of a funny post. The guy was like in super, super good shape because he works out a lot, but he said his wind is not there. Like, don't let it fool you. Just because someone looks like they're in great shape doesn't mean that their endurance is there. Right. If they pump an iron all day, but they're not getting that cardiovascular type of exercise in, their wind is gonna blow out quicker than somebody who may not be as in shape as they are, that does a lot of cardiovascular or boxing and stuff like that.
I mean, if you're into it, if you know like Tyson Fury, he don't look like Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
You know, so, but he's still in shape.
Yeah.
And then I'm talking about, like, people be thinking, like, fights, a normal fight, like in a street fight, it's like 30 seconds to a minute at most.
Yeah.
Imagine being there for like 3
minutes
around.
Throwing punches and taking punches.
Man, I'm talking about. Man, but I just never wanted to actually pursue boxing as a career.
Understood.
Because if I get hit in the face, it's going to be a fight within a fight.
He said he can't mess up this image. Nah, for real. But it's keeps you probably disciplined, keeps you in shape, keeps you feeling good. And that's the thing about life is the older we get, it's so important that we take care of our bodies because all that crap we did when we were like, teenagers and 20s will definitely catch up to us.
Man, I never realized how bad I felt until I started eating better.
Yeah.
Because you be eating everything, but once I started eating better, I felt completely like replenished and refreshed.
Cleansed, yeah. 100%.
Man, I feel so good.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad to hear that you're taking care of yourself, and I'm glad that you talked about it because you can motivate a lot of people.
I dropped like 70-something pounds.
Amazing. Yeah. Congratulations, because one of the hardest things to do is lose weight, but even harder is to keep it off.
Right.
That's what I experienced. I lost a lot of weight, and I gained about half of it back throughout the pandemic, so I'm like, now I'm back on my fitness journey where I'm like, okay, we about to get all this fluff.
Right. Hey, that's what it is too, man. Sometimes you'll get to where you want, then I'm a chill. I'm
for real. Yeah. And what I found is I'm 49, I'm pushing 50, right?
What?
Yeah, I'm an OG, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the older we get, man, our metabolism slows down, and me as a woman, my hormones are going crazy right now, and it's so hard to keep the weight off. Right. Like you literally have to pretty much eat air because I don't eat bad. You know what I'm saying? It's just I guess I got to go extra hard in the gym. I don't know. But you're an inspiration for me, most definitely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So what inspired you to get into the music business?
My biological father, rest his soul, he used to always play music all the time.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like 7-something in the morning, blasting. You would think we in the club.
That's dope.
But I got so used to it and so accustomed to it that I started sleeping through it. Yeah. And then when I get up, I actually was liking it, so it wouldn't bother me.
Yeah.
Because I love like oldies, and I like music in general.
Yeah.
Like to the point now, if I hear a sample on the radio, somebody sample it, I know what it is just like that.
Yeah, that's dope. Exactly, because that's what a lot of these younger artists are doing is they're sampling the oldies and the greats and all that. Who are a couple of the artists that maybe inspired you when you was growing up?
As in like rappers?
Any. It could be any genre. It could be gospel. I don't know.
Okay. I like Earth, Wind & Fire, Prince, Johnny Guitar Watson, Atlantic Starr, Gap Band. Yeah. My dad played a lot of Gap Band.
And long live Tina Turner, who just passed.
Yes. It hurt me to my heart.
Yeah. She was so amazing.
Yes. When I seen it, and I was at work, and they were like, Tina Turner had passed. I said, man, stop playing, man.
She's a queen. Have you seen What's Love Got to Do With It, the movie? I've watched that like 800 times.
Yes. Yes. Oh, mama, man, she loved every time it come on the TV, we always got to sit and watch it. Yeah. That and Gone with the Wind. Yeah.
That's funny. You mentioned Earth, Wind & Fire. Like, I seen them in concert when I was in Tampa, and it was probably one of the most amazing concerts besides Pink Floyd. A Pink Floyd concert, if you like that type of music, man, they put on like a phenomenal show.
Amazing. Frankie Beverly and Maze, they do like they still doing it. And I'm like, I was watching it. It's like I always wanted to go to one of them concerts.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So let me ask you this, and this is my take on a lot of the artists that we just talked about. You take a group like Earth, Wind & Fire. We'll use them as an example, right? Okay. They've been out for years, for decades. If they come in concert, they are going to sell out the arena, right? Right. My thought and my take on that, and I'm going to see if you agree with me or maybe you can add to it, is the fact that they came out pre-social media. So they were forced to be out there to touch the people. They were forced to be doing live shows. And I think that's what has kept them relevant. Do you agree with that?
100%. It's like selling out of the trunk, that type of.
Yeah.
Right. And then on top of that, too, how they stay relevant is they are making timeless music. Mm-hmm. It's like, now I ain't trying to hate on none of the new music, but it's more so of I just wish we'll go back to not trying to make it microwavable. Man. I want you to put it in the pot. You know what I mean? Let it cook. Let it slow
Let
cook.
It marinate a little bit.
Right. Take time.
Put that in the slow cooker, the crock pot.
Yeah, but everybody's attention span now is just like that. Yeah. So once you start really taking the time out to really put music together, like really take your time with it. I mean, you're gonna have some tracks that you can just easily go through.
Yeah.
But start putting more time in your music and effort.
Man, that's absolutely correct. Would you pursue music right now, today, in 2023, if social media didn't exist?
I don't know.
I like your honesty.
But now, I'm talking about like now, anything you do, you can. I mean, stand into the corner too long and somebody got something to say, and it's always something. I just think now everything. Social media is pros and cons, like a double-edged sword.
100%.
So it just like it can help you get you out there quicker and reach different artists, but sometimes it can always it can be like so saturated or clog up the pipeline because so many people, and then people got so much to say about this, that, and the third, and everybody's so sensitive. It's like, man, some of the stuff they did back then, they had social media. Man, we would have different conversations.
Man.
They were wow.
No, absolutely. But you know what I loved about the era that I grew up in? I graduated high school back in the 90s, right? Back then, if we had a problem with someone, we would duke it out and keep it moving. We both lived to wake up the next day.
Right.
Now they be quick to pull out a gun and shoot you.
Not today. Everybody got them choppers. So they say.
I'm just like, what is wrong with it? And I'm not trying to get off topic, but it's the type of stuff that needs to talk about because it's really heavy in this music industry. Right. Everybody tries to be so tough.
Right. I mean, all these pretty women in the world, or, men, if you like that.
Yeah.
Just love, man.
Yeah.
That's really love. Cause like, I wish, I missed when everybody had house parties. I missed that.
Man.
And I like caught it late. And I should see different stuff. And my mom and my uncles telling me all about how things went. Man, I just wish I was in that time. Sometimes I feel like I've been better in that time period than now. Absolutely.
You should have been born around the same time I was born because you could experience all that. I even got to come to Freaknik back in the 90s.
Right when I opened it, man, I missed it.
It was such an amazing experience. That whole documentary is coming out now, so y'all might see me. I don't know. Ooh, I was up here for a couple of years, wilding out.
Everybody keeps saying, man, there's going to be some lot of broken up marriages and relationships. I'm like, man.
But you know what was so dope? The years that I did come up here, I never seen no craziness. I seen, women getting wild, men getting wild, but it was all in good fun. Like, I never seen no violence. You couldn't do that today. There would be people getting killed and ran over, and it would just be insane. But how do you stay with all the stuff we just talked about, right? Because there's so much craziness that goes on within this music industry and in the world today, period. What's keeping you so positive to want to stay doing music?
Man, for me, just having the love of it.
Yeah.
They say if you really love doing something, you'll never work a day in your life.
Man.
So I always just, when I get so frustrated, no matter if I have a good day or a bad day, I just do music. Yeah. Because that would make like an artist, in anything, whenever you having a bad day, don't dismiss it. I try to keep a routine.
Yes.
Because if you don't keep a routine, then you'll fall wayside and I don't feel like doing it today, or I always try to make myself keep a routine and keep recording or whatever. And so when I have a bad day, it make it a positive day a lot of times. So when I get too like stressed or whatever, when I make music, it really like therapy for me.
It's your mental therapy.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's always fun to me.
Of course.
And I love performing. That's like I'm in real energy. I'm sweating. I don't care. I ain't trying to look pretty.
I know that's right.
I love it. I like
the ladies like it too.
Right. Because I don't want to sit there and just I don't like that.
No, absolutely. Let's talk about that a little bit. You've been performing probably for quite a few years now.
Right.
What is your favorite song to perform? Like, what's that go-to song that you just love to be on stage performing?
It had to be either one I'm playing now is "Cool by Me," which is on the radio now.
Yeah. Congrats on that too.
Thank you. And I like Clay Thompson.
Okay.
I like playing Clay Thompson or Johnny Cage, and it's so many that I like performing. I'm going to my playlist real quick.
I know that's right.
Oh, Trust Issues.
Oh, okay.
I love playing Trust Issues. I love performing that.
Got you.
Yes, I like big energy tracks.
Absolutely. When you're on that stage, that's what you got to do. Cause like you up there for, depending on how long your set is, usually a minimum around 3 minutes, but sometimes a little more. You got to bring that energy.
Like every time right before I'm finna perform, like, or they finna either call my name or whatever, I always get nervous. Like I get butterflies, anxious. The one time I didn't, I had a horrible show. Well, to me, at least to me.
Yeah.
Like it's like every time I have butterflies, it always like pan out right every time.
Absolutely.
And then once I get in there and I get on the stage, I don't see anybody. I see people, but I don't.
Tunnel vision.
Yeah, right. So when I get to performing and bouncing around, I keep in mind I'm doing things that people are so afraid to do.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are like they kind of camera shy or they don't like big crowds, so I use that to my advantage just to psych myself out. Like, yeah, man, I can do this, and a lot of people can't do it. So that's how I get through it.
Absolutely. A lot of people get anxiety from that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm like you, like when I have to go host an event or something, I do get a little bit of anxiety because in my mind, I'll think about 100 different scenarios of how the night's going to go before I even get there. I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? But I seen a video, I don't remember who it was that posted it. One of the famous, superstar artists, they said that the moment you stop getting that feeling, then it's just not for you. Like if you don't get butterflies every time you get on that stage, then you've fallen out of love with it.
Yeah, okay,
it's like a new relationship. You get them butterflies.
I'm on the right path then.
You are.
Yeah.
100%. Do you have a setup at your crib where you record yourself?
Yes.
How important is that as an artist to have that?
Very important, because sometimes I'm going to be honest, like artists want to tell you that. They be like, no, man, I'll never lose. No. When you driving from one place and go to another, you'll lose that momentum or lose that in the moment like that in the moment thing, and then you like, man, now you uninterested and you trying to build it back up. And sometimes you having it right there, you feel it right then. I can go punch it in, or if I want to just record a song, or having it where if you don't finish it, you ain't got to go back and pay for a studio time,
right?
Or you just mess up, you can just have a bad day, and then you can always like clean it back up. And once you can perfect it at home, what I do is I record it at my home, get it how I want it to, get however I want it to like be perfected. Then I take it to a studio and get it mixed.
There you go.
So that's how I always do it. So like I always, cause I had a studio in Winter Robins.
Yeah.
But me driving from Perry to Winter Robins, that's why I can get,
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And like you said, getting in traffic alone will stress you out and change your whole energy.
Right.
You could have some idiot on the road that damn near runs you off the road, or they're tailgating you or something, and now your energy is thrown off. So when you get to the studio, you're not feeling like you was when you got up out of bed and like, I got to get this off my chest.
And then you can have it in your head all day long. Like, I can't wait to get to the studio. Can't wait. Then you drive there and it's just gone.
Yeah. I think it's good sometimes just for the aesthetics. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For the visual of it. Hey, I'm in the studio vibing out. Cool. But not all the time, because like it's expensive, number one.
Right.
Like, you paying $120, $150 an hour to be in that studio. Shoot, that's a lot of money.
And then if you have a 9 to 5, it's like you be tired, and then have to do that. And so I used to go straight from work to the studio, or I go home, take a shower, then thinking about going to the studio.
I'm ready to just climb in this bed.
Right. So now I just like you said, having that in-home studio it works wonders.
Yes, I agree.
Please do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially even at the bare minimum, if you know how to record yourself, like you said, lay that stencil down, get it off your chest, and then send it off for mix and mastering.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. I highly encourage that. And really, you can get a dope little setup at the crib if you shop right for $1,000 or less. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If you need your little speakers, pawn shops. Hit them pawn shops. People get hard times and they have, their receivers and all that stuff, and they pawn them. You can get $1,000 piece for $500. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot that website what it was, but I know that it have packages of all that. They trying to get it off.
Yeah.
Like just Google it. 'Cause I can't remember the website. But when you Google it and you find it have like whole packages, so you ain't got to just buy everything piece by piece. You can either
a bundle deal.
Right.
Yeah.
If you want to buy piece by piece, cool. But at the same time, though, they be having like them package deals be having deals on it.
Sweetwater is good for that. Sweetwater has.
That's what it is. Sweetwater.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Shout out to Sweetwater.
Right.
Because that's what I did when I bought my podcast equipment. It came with the Rodecaster. It came with the mics, the mic stands as a bundle, and I saved like probably $300 or $400 buying it as a bundle. It's like that's a no-brainer. why would you not want to do that? So that's a great tip right there. Shout out to Sweetwater. They need to sponsor us. You know what I'm saying? Me and this guy right here.
Right.
We need a free bundle or something. Free mic, something like that. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of people that are supporting you.
Yes.
Fans, friends, etc. What are some of the things that you're doing as a music artist to make sure you stay really tapped in and engaged with the people that are supporting you?
Man, really, they come to me.
Yeah.
They always give me advice. Oh, you should do this. Oh, you should do that.
That's dope.
Or they'll be like, a lot of times though, they really like my music, and they're like, man, you really hit at the part with that one, like for real. And then for me though, it just be trying to be relatable.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the main thing in certain situations. And sometimes my music, it don't always just be my situation. I can like put a piece of mine in there, but it be from other experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, because me growing up, I always been like, it's called the wise man. They say a smart man learn from his mistakes, but wise man learn from mistakes of others. So I always been that person that like I'll watch it and it helped me put in the music a lot of time. There's certain things I put in my music that I didn't want to. I had a heartbreak one time, and I recorded it, and I used to have trouble writing like geared towards the women songs, but now it's like I do that quicker than anything.
I think once you go through a certain situation, it becomes easier. Like if you do have a long-term relationship and things come to an end, now you got more content to talk about, really slick, and it's going to have people resonate to it because I think we've all been there. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, not too many people are still with the same person that they were dating in high school. We go through cycles and different chapters of our life. So you talk about that through your music. Yes. Absolutely. Most definitely. Are you good with taking criticism and advice from people when it comes to your music, if they're being honest?
Not all the time. I'm not going to lie. I be mindful and I don't lash out. I don't get upset. Sometimes it's almost how it's delivered. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you just trying to be you're just trying to be a bud about it.
Yeah.
But it's like when you tell me, I take it into consideration.
Yeah.
But sometimes too though, you still have to tell your story. Yeah. Because what they might not like, somebody out there who's just like you.
100%.
And you can't always try to gear towards the audience all the time. You need to gear towards who you are, because there's some people that going through your story. And when you try to do what everybody wants, then you're not being you. So when you have your own story, there's somebody gonna touch. And just like with Kevin Gates, like how he always tell his story, tell his truth, and now he got like everybody loves him.
Absolutely. And that's what it's all about. It is, and I say that I'll see some people with not even necessarily the music business, maybe just entrepreneurs, and they'll go back and talk about the struggles and the adversities and different stuff they went through. And I'll say to them, thank you for sharing your truth, because we have to be transparent. It motivates people. Social media is smoke and mirrors.
Yes.
Most people post only the good stuff and what they want us to see, but off camera, they might have a rough life, or they're going through a lot of mental stuff.
And with me, everything that I post, whatever, it be my real life. Yeah. And then what messes me up when I see people and you thinking, man, they doing it, man. Then you get around them, it's like, you ain't living none of that.
100%. It be like that most of the time.
I'm talking about you ain't living, and then it make me feel good about myself that I'm living what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And living what I'm saying, and it just feels like, I don't know, it just makes me feel like I'm doing something right, because I don't want to. My mind, I try to be as 100% as possible, because I don't want it to come bite me in my tail.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah. I don't want to get exposed for nothing. So whatever you see, you can't say, "Oh yeah, you said it." Yeah. I've been saying that, and you saw that.
Exactly. It's funny because one of my ex-bosses from years and years ago, something he said that really stuck with me, and it's about talking and speaking our truth. He said, "If you always tell the truth, you don't never have to remember what you said."
Right.
When you lie, you got to remember it, because it's a lie. You didn't live it. So you're like, dang, did I tell him this or did I tell him that? I don't have time to think about that stuff. But when you pour out the truth, you ain't even got to remember to think about it, because you're speaking your truth. Right. And you said something earlier, too, that really is something that I live by. You said even if you stand on the corner too long, somebody's going to have something to say. And that's major key. No matter what we do in life, how good we're doing, how bad we're doing, how beautiful you are, how ugly you are, somebody's always going to have something to say.
Yeah, so you might as well do what you want to do.
Yeah,
right.
Facts, because people are always going to criticize it. What do you enjoy the most about being a music artist?
Really, just making the music and having people running up and not thinking it's me.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't know. It's just like people be like, man, or when I go by somebody's car and they playing my music and not knowing it's me, or they playing it not because I'm there. Yeah. And I'm like, man, you know, it made me stick my chest out.
I know that's right. Yeah, that's me, dog.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just everything about it, really, man. It's just fun to me, like meeting new people, seeing different faces, and just living life, different experiences. And I love traveling. Yeah. I love traveling.
Where's your favorite place that you've been?
My favorite, South Carolina. I was in Charleston, South Carolina. I don't know if you're familiar with some of the places in Georgia. One called Fitzgerald and Sylvester.
I've heard of Sylvester, but not Fitzgerald.
Right. And,
is that South?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and Valdosta. I love
Valdosta shows a ton of love.
I love Valdosta.
You know DJ Chill Will out there?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the homie.
Yes, and my dog got there too, DJ Tremaine.
Shout out DJ Tremaine too. Him and Big are real cool.
He took me on the road. He was the person to take me to all the different places that I would listen. Like he took me under his wing. Shout out to DJ Tremaine, man. Yeah. And he took me everywhere. Like I was helping with he even taught me how to DJ. Wow. Yeah, so I was
a real one.
Right. I'm talking I was on the road, so what it was, I was the driver because I didn't drink. Yeah. And I didn't drink and didn't smoke nothing. So he'll get himself going or whatever. And then I'll drive down there and back. Oh, no, he'll drive down there and I'll drive back. Depending on how tired he is. Yeah. And help with equipment. And then DJ Who, his nephew. Shout out DJ Who too, man. And we always go down there like different cities. And sometimes I'm telling you, it be long nights. Yeah, I bet. Like, you have to be built for this.
Absolutely.
Really, you have to be built for this. People thinking they really want to do this, and then until they actually put the work in. But I don't have a problem with putting the work in. I don't have a problem with the time because I know what's my goal. Yeah, absolutely. When you have a vision and like this dream that you want to fulfill, and you have goals, there's nothing that's going to get in the way of that. Right. You're going to do everything. Let me ask you this. I'm going to try to see if I can get this on camera focused in. I got a bigger one too.
How important is it to you to have this type of stuff right here?
Very. If you turn on the back, it got the QR codes. Because, like a lot of us are lazy. And because, like, you tell, hey, go to this site. No, I got you now.
Nah, for real. Boom.
Hey, your phone, yeah. It's very important, man, because you are your brand.
Nah, for real.
You have to be a walking brand.
Yeah, walking billboard of what you got going on.
Right. Because people want to make it so bad.
This is your medallion. Yes. Get a chain and.
Yes. People want to be famous and all this so bad, but don't want to spend the money. You rather spend it on buying this or buying that instead of investing in yourself. It's very important to invest yourself. What you put in is what you're going to get out of it.
Absolutely. A lot of these artists hustle backwards. They want to spend all the money on like the big jewelry and this, that, and the third. They want to have the persona of they've made it long before they've ever made it or may not ever make it. Right. No, instead of going out and spending that 20 racks on this chain that might get jacked from you, put it in your music career. It's like no different than any other business. If you open up, a hair salon, don't be out there, spending on willy-nilly stuff. Put it into your business.
Right. Then after a while, your business will pay for itself.
That's right. Absolutely, 100%. Again, talking about this, let's talk about the album. You know what I'm saying? Tell everybody about the album that's out.
Oh, it's on all platforms: iTunes, Pandora, Google Play, iHeartRadio, on everything.
So let's get in depth a little bit about it. One in the Chamber. That's the title of it.
Yes.
Break it down for us. What does this album mean to you?
It means everything. This actually. Not saying it because it's my recent album, but it's my favorite album because I actually took the time out and really made, like, people be making music but not a body of work.
Right, 100%.
Because it actually tells a story from time in and to all the way to the end. This album was so fun to me, and just creating it and just really how I like when I listen to it and I can just reflect on that particular time that I went through that. Yeah. Like it just give me that feeling like, oh man, I remember when I was going through that and now I'm not even thinking on that. Yeah. It's just, then I'm actually putting in the music. It really got to me when I started putting my life in music, and then it actually sounded good. Yeah. And then once I was listening to it, I was like, man, I can't believe I finally, it be the little things like that make me happy.
Absolutely.
Like, it's little things that make me happy, like thinking that I actually made a song out of my life and it sounds good.
Yeah. Absolutely. And, putting this, a whole album together, a whole body of work, it takes a lot.
Yes.
How long was it in the works?
It was in the works. Like, what I do is, it's like I record like maybe like 50 to 60 songs and do like a process of elimination.
Wow.
And try to make it sing. I got that from T.I.
Yeah.
Shout out to T.I.
Big tip.
That's my favorite rapper.
Okay.
And he'll like record like a bunch of songs. I'm pretty sure everybody else doing that, but he was just the first person I heard say they had shit done. He had recorded like 120 something songs.
Man.
And so what I did was I did the same thing that format, and then I consolidated it. I like, all right, this one, all right, I can do without this one. And just process elimination of everything.
Man. That's dope. I always like to know people's creative process. So it sounds like, you were inspired by one of the best out there doing it, but you made it your own.
Right.
You made it your own style. So the album is out right now. How many videos are either out or in the works for this album?
It's like 4 or 5 right now.
Okay.
And then I'm finna do. What's funny is what I did was me and my partner T Johnson. Shout out to T Johnson. He in the back of the camera.
Big shout out over there getting all the good visuals and footage. I see you.
What I did was I was like, hey man, let's do some of the songs that, because us artists, we've got songs that we feel that's going to be a hit.
Right.
That we feel. But then I said, no, let's record all the other songs that, it's just a good, like an album song, or it's just a good song. So we start doing, like, recording in the booth. So I start recording different stuff like Klay Thompson, Cool by Me, and other stuff, other songs that I was recording. Then when I put it Cool by Me, everybody gravitate towards it. And it's crazy because it wasn't the one I was thinking going.
It always be like that. I hear it all the time.
It wasn't even the one. I was like, okay. I mean, it's dope, but I thought this one right here,
It be like that. I hear artists say that all the time when we sit down and have these conversations. They're like, it's the song that they were like, yeah, it's okay. The one that'd be the one everybody love.
Right.
You gotta get the people what they want, essentially.
So I was like, man, this is on demand. I said, actually, man, let's do a video for it. So now we in the works of making a video for that.
Dope.
I did a video for everything else but that.
So that's coming soon.
Right.
You gotta feed the people. They hungry for it. They want it. Where can people follow you and keep up with you so they can, see what you got coming up, any events, performances, interviews, all that?
I actually have a website. It's
okay.
www.victorymob.com.
Okay.
And the MOB stands for, it's an acronym of Motivation Off Belief.
I like that.
So that's where I got Victory Mob. So victorymob.com. Y'all can go in there and type in your name, and y'all can get all the updates whenever I update my website. And it has everything from videos to my press kit to my contact information, everything.
So one of the most important things you could do as a music artist is have your own website, because our social media, we're just leasing space on their platform, essentially. Right. We don't own it. It could go away tomorrow, but you got your own website. Nobody can take that from you.
That's one of the little things that makes me happy, like stuff like that.
Because there's not a lot of artists. This ain't to throw no shade, but I sit down with so many artists and I'll ask them, do you have a website? No. And I'm like, put that on your to-do list. It's very inexpensive and it's easy, even if you want to build your own website. You know what I'm saying? Figure it out.
Yeah, Jessica Montfort helped me with that.
Okay.
With the Ford company. She actually helped me put that together, and it was just like it almost had moved me, because like me growing up, man, I never thought I'd have a website.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Right, and I'm putting merch together. Victory Mob. I got something called Blood Don't Make You Family.
And that's going to be available on the website?
Yes.
That's dope, man. Congratulations on everything. It's always good to catch up with people that I've known for a while and see what you got going on. Album is out. We're going to put it in front of this camera one more time. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys go get that. You have a lot of people that are loving on you, supporting you. Who do you want to shout out to?
Man, shout out to my mother.
Yeah, there you go.
And I'm going to tell you, my mother, she really helped me down, because I was raised by a single mother. And then my stepfather came in, and he was everything to me. So I asked him one time, is it cool if I just call you daddy? Because you deserve the title.
That's so sweet. I love that.
Yeah, so ever since then, and she really supports me. And I got a lot T. John support me. Sean Maxwell really gave me a lot. Him and Brian Mobley gave me so much game.
Yeah.
And they like when I talked to him, it helped me. Sean Maxwell developed me as an artist.
Yeah.
Because like it's certain stuff I was just recording and going by it, and he actually helped me understand like making my voice like an instrument to the beat. Like it's a lot of stuff. Like he really put me through like boot camp, and I really appreciate him for real.
It's a great piece of advice. I heard a interview years ago that Prince did, and Prince said exactly that. He said, our voice is an instrument. Use it as such because we can change the tone of it. We can bring it up. We can bring it back down. We can speed it up. We can slow it down. So everything you're saying, you're right on the right track. Period. Last but not least, we live. Industry's Most Wanted. Boom. Big Industry's Most Wanted. Go ahead and let everybody know what makes you the industry's most wanted.
Because I'm high energy. I'm a one-man band. Anything, I got everything and everything I wanted. I just need the proper exposure. I need everybody to tune in and go to and follow me. I have when I mean I do everything, I'm talking about from the videos to behind the scenes to the cameraman to the models. I pay for everything.
There you go.
So I'm not afraid to invest in myself, and I'm marketable. So that's one thing that makes me that I feel like people should really, really follow me and really invest in me.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And you've been doing this a long time. So, that's inspiring right there because a lot of people get in and get right back out. So definitely shout out to you. Give me some more love, man. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. We up out of here, y'all.
I can do this shit in my sleep. Ain't no ride around with that tootie like I ain't worried about no feds. I pulled up on your bitch, her friend wanna come, so I said.